10 days ago, for we beautiful Jewel Belize get put under tsunami watch. The entire coastline from Corozal to Piney, Toledo district. That mean people who live along the coastline, like people in a Belize City, in the Yarborough community, will live along this coastline, in particular, the vulnerable communities. So in today's segment, a community report, we want to see what lessons we learned from last week Tuesday, so the next time when tsunami watch get put out for Belize, we better prepared. Tsunami is a Japanese word that means harbor waves. Let's listen to geologist Ashley Jones from the Ministry of Economic Development, Petroleum, Investment, Trade and Commerce as she explains what a tsunami is.
Well, a tsunami is a wave that's caused by a large displacement of water. It can be triggered by an earthquake, and especially earthquakes that involve a vertical movement of the ocean floor. In the most recent earthquake that we experienced, that was along what we geologists call a transform fault, which means it involves more of a horizontal movement. So that might be a reason why the tsunami wasn't triggered. We did have a threat, and of course that's a precautionary measure, but it must be noted that it was more of a horizontal movement.
Two Belize City residents shared their reaction to the tsunami watch on Tuesday, January 9, 2018.
Well, first thing I hear the siren, they blow for a length of time. But I wonder what happened, because the first time I hear siren blow so long. So I just wonder what happened. I said, what happened, how siren they blow so long? Until afterwards when I get the understanding of what happened, when I hear the commotion in the neighborhood and everybody they holler and they make noise, and then we get the understanding of what is happening.
Yeah, be real honest to God. At that old school car face lot at least by a small tragedy, you know that. But I'll tell you the truth, what God love. When my house must have gone drop last year, before. Yeah, the scare will catch me. When I feel the table is shake and I said that my kids they run up the step and I see the things start get fast, I holler earthquake, that's why I holler. And after I don't holler that, I idle car women they take call, you know, we enjoy with family day, everybody come over, friends me there. And we the feel that shake up the car, the house build better, so I want to know what it is. When I can just and I holler earthquake, all I do yeah. I holler well, no, don't know after earthquake, that's tsunami. But that sweet me because I always idle myself, say, cause I watch outside news with these things. I like to watch news and I try school my kids in. And when I done funny, I don't know if you do ask my neighbor, please come me for my daughter for bring her across. He say he don't lose a battery pole and none fix up and close up in place. So I said, well, my son, make we run fire to Castle Street. Yeah, I take foot in my slippers and I run over Belchina, fire to Castle Street.
When last you run before this?
I don't run good well, but this sweet me for the New York car, this was, it was scary, but afterwards I sit down and laugh because I enter my daughter door, they holler, all clear. That when me kill me, because I said, mothers, I have to walk way back home.
As of October 2017, Belize has a tide gauge monitoring system that reports the daily tide readings to the National Meteorological Service of Belize and the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. Angelia Guy, a meteorologist for 2 years, gave me a recorded phone interview about the tide gauges.
There are tide gauges. They just monitor the water levels throughout the day, every day, all day.
The initial response to the question of water receding along some coastal areas was that Belize was experiencing a spring tide. I have since learned that at the time of the tsunami watch, Belize was experiencing a neap tide. I asked oceanographer George Hansen why the seawater receded from some areas along Belize's coastline after the earthquake. George said,
based on my analysis of the situation, at the time of the earthquake, we were at neap tide. Basically, the Belize have a semi-diurnal tide, therefore you have 2 high tide and 2 low tide during a 24 or 50 minutes period. At that particular time, we were just at what we call, there is a higher high water, a higher low water, a lower high water, and a lower low water. At that time of the earthquake, we were at lower high water. And because it was a neap tide, basically there was not much variation in the height of the water. The smallest tide possible, we'd have a basically drastic drop. But what also happened was at that particular time, we were going into neap tide. Therefore, the ocean outside of the reef was going down, while the water inside of the back lagoon would started to run out of the lagoon into the open ocean, because at that time the ocean would have dropped lower than the back lagoon system, work like a sink. A compound to that was also we have the northerly wind was blowing. So basically, to compound that, we have a northerly wind blowing offshore, basically from the coastline going from the water from the north to the east, or from the west to the east or northwest to the east, pushing the water out of the lagoon. And therefore we would have probably seen, which is a normal occurrence sometime around this time of the year, but people don't maybe observe what's going on. But if they observe clearly next year this time, around the same time, if they look at the tide cycle, they will probably see the same phenomena. Now, if that was caused by a tsunami, that water would have rapidly come back, which would have then indicate a tsunami. But it was so small, 25-30 feet exposed coastal area from very low tide, that's normal.
So the takeaway from today's community report segment, 3 things. 1, listen to the NEMO reports. That's our first source of information. 2, make sure we get one copy of the brochure from NEMO will explain the tsunami alert response for Belizeans. And 3, stay calm, and if we could help somebody along the way. If you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, constructive critique, you could contact me, Yaya Marin Coleman, community reporter for Creme TV at 671-8050.